You are listening to an Atomic Broadcasting production, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the feature presentation. And remember, do your part, such as like, comment, rate, and don't forget to tell a friend to tune in for an Atomic Time.
Now, where did we leave off? Ah, yes. After opening their presents, Val and Neros decided to bring Alwood's present to him, while Einar went on a walk. Now the only one of the party in the tavern, Zephyr was approached by his old criminal contact, who fearfully delivered him a letter.
So that is something that actually frustrates me about the language rules in all TTRPGs. Like, if you know a language, you know how to read, write, and speak it, when in actuality, people don't learn languages like that most of the time. They
Maybe
learn how
if
to
you're a
speak
scrub.
it, then write it, and read it.
We don't talk about that.
Okay.
It's just a thing we accept in our TTRPG
In
world.
class, they teach you how to speak it and how to read it.
Which
It's
is
not
also one of the
your
worst ways to
your
learn.
character knows how to pay attention and learn in class.
This is a fantasy
I
setting,
highly
so therefore we
disagree.
can learn languages.
When I learn a language, I want to know how to speak, read, and write it, dadgummit.
That is an interesting concept, though. How to, like, learning how to read something and how to speak something.
Very different.
How similar. It's very different.
It
Now-
is.
But, like, if you read something, would you speak it? Sorry, not speak. I meant write. Write and read a language.
I feel like
Would you read it first or would you write it first?
Let's experiment.
I think learning a language just gives you a Scald to Talden dictionary, so that you can always just double check yourself.
I meant in real life, bro.
This is real life.
Oh yes.
yeah,
that,
what are you saying?
That is how my character works. He has a bunch of dictionaries in front. It's like, okay, Scald to
I mean,
Elven to
that's how
Fae.
Alward works. I don't...
He just has a big book that tells him how words work.
So, in conclusion, we still need to get Zephyr hooked on phonics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heck
He's
yeah.
hooked on a lot of other things, and phonics would be a good thing to start
Phonics
with.
was not one of them.
Hook it on Pahonics.
We can't do that joke line again, Abby. Please stop.
I really want to.
I do too.
I'm confused.
I swear we've talked about this before, but it's an old comedian stand-up bit.
It is.
It was like
I
really
don't need to
popular.
know about it.
Okay.
It's funny.
We will show you later.
But let's all take turns, shifts, to teach Zephyr how to read.
Alward's already taken the first multiple.
Neros is gonna not.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I don't need anybody else anymore.
I'm barely literate.
Oh, well, fine. All right,
I've got a book.
Mr. Howdy da.
I don't.
How are you going to learn if you can't read?
It shows me the
I,
pictures.
I don't know. I don't know if we want Val to teach Zephyr how to read. He'll start reading in an accent.
Bad thing.
So this word, it's harse.
No,
Not horse.
actually-
It's harse.
If we all saw the Disney Tarzan movie, Jane taught Tarzan how to read, and he didn't have an accent.
That's true. Get wrecked. Disney beat you to it.
I heard, and I don't know if this is true, I heard a rumor that they were actually going to have Tarzan speak in an American accent to the gorillas, but then in a British accent to
Humans.
the humans.
That would make
but
sense.
the voice actor couldn't do a convincing British accent, so they scrapped that idea.
That's funny.
Huh.
I heard what was it? It was, I heard a German fellow who learned Spanish with someone with a German accent.
Oh gosh.
Oh, yes.
Oh no.
It was as wonderful as you can imagine it.
It doesn't sound wonderful.
It
I'm just gonna say.
Amazing.
You know,
Sounds
I
like
told,
Sounds like an American saying Casadilla.
Casadilla.
Quesadilla.
I told somebody once in high school that German is just French with food in your mouth.
What?
Yeah. If you're speaking French and you put food in your mouth, it basically sounds like you're speaking German.
I don't think that's correct.
Cue me not doing a horrible French accent.
Haha, wee wee baguette.
And on the flip side, baguette.
For emails, please send them to petite@broadcastingatomic.com.
We here would like to distance ourselves from that.
All right, Alonzi. We're going to go ahead and pick right back up with Val and Neros as you are returning back to the tavern from the Volden House. I think timeline-wise, this is actually going to be right on the tail of the last scene that ended the previous episode, is when you would have returned back.
Okay. We probably could have waited till later to give Alward the thing. I don't know how that exactly went.
Huh?
Giving him the present?
You don't know how it went?
I feel like we could have waited a little before giving it to him
No,
instead of doing
no,
it right away.
No, it's fine. He needed to get it, and yep. No time like the present for a present.
That's fair. Let's get you back to the table.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna go up there, and she points at the bar. You go to the table. Save me a seat. I'll be back.
Are you gonna get more to drink?
I don't know. I might order food.
You should probably eat something.
Okay, I'm gonna go up there. You go over there.
Okay.
See you soon.
All right. Be careful.
I will. And she trips over a nail that's sticking up in the floor.
Well, that's very... Val gets down and like starts mending that nail so it's not sticking out for someone to just step on.
Yep. See, look, I'm fine. I'm gonna. Yep. Bye.
That's a safety danger right there.
A safety danger. Put a caution cone on it.
Everyone could have tetanus here.
Mr. Barkeeper, you need to fix your floor. This is a hazard. What if OSHA comes in here?
Fantasy OSHA.
Neros, I just got it fixed. It's okay.
Oh, never mind. See, my good friend is fixing your floor. You should pay her.
No, it's okay. I don't need money.
Something on the house.
I don't really need anything.
Yes, she does. I'll be back.
The barkeep is just standing there like a deer in the headlights, just like, what is happening?
Val just starts going back to the booth.
So, Val, you said you were going back to the booth where you'd left Zephyr and Seardire.
Mm-hmm.
So as you walk up, you see Seardire is like just kind of shuffling back through his papers. They're a little bit more collected than they were last time you were there, but he still doesn't look like he's actually planning on leaving anytime soon, despite what he said last time you left. Zephyr, I imagine, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Petite, I imagine Zephyr looks a little bit lost in thought.
I think I will correct you. His thumbs are still on the center of the book. He's been trying this for hours to try to open that book back up, but he looks very determined. Maybe he is a little lost in thought, but his eyes are, you can't really tell that he's lost in thought. It's more he's definitely focused on this book, just wondering why it won't open and thinking about other things, like the fact that maybe Rustaford could have probably read the letter to him.
Or Alward's mom.
Or it's not allowed at my family house.
Val is gonna hop up on the seat next to Zephyr with her feet on the seat, and she's gonna sit down on like the headrest part of the booth, and she's like, "Are you still messing with that, Zephyr?
You
remember it's once a day."
I mean, it's tomorrow in another part of the globe.
I don't think that's how magic works.
It could be.
Maybe
you're
if you...
sitting in that chair wrong.
What? Like, is this fine?
It's
You sit in a chair wrong.
just sitting on the head.
I've got my feet on the part where you sit, and I'm standing up, but I'm seated on the headrest.
You're perched.
Part of the, yeah, I'm
Okay.
perched.
See, it's
up.
labeled. It says "butt" right there. Actually, it doesn't say it. It has a picture of. No, never mind.
There are indents left over from other people. Yes. I don't know if I'd call that a picture. How have things been, buddy? She punches your shoulder.
Oh well, things have been fine. I got a letter. I have decided not to read it yet. In fact, I was thinking about going into the back and having my bird read it. I don't really want to get him out in a public place. I don't know how he would respond.
Do you want me to read it?
No.
All right. Where'd you get it?
Oh, you know that friend that I was speaking to?
The King of Spades.
Yes, that was his name, and mine was not what he called me.
He didn't call you Zephyr like you asked him to?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate. We
No.
called him Spade.
We named him Spades. Yes, that's true. He kind of left quicker than I could say anything, to be honest.
Was it illegal happenings?
Well, I don't know. He just handed me a letter and left.
Oh, so it's Schrodinger's illegal letter.
Well, Schrodinger's letter.
Oh,
You know, Schrodinger, who will be born in many millennia in a
that's
different
fair. I
universe.
guess it could be legal letters.
Legal documents, so to speak.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Oh, well, we went and gave Howard his present, and then his mom found out about all the time stuff, and she
Oh?
talked with him in private for a bit, but it seemed okay. She didn't get as mad at him as parents normally do. So, you know.
Oh, I wouldn't know. What did he get?
Did I see what you got?
Yeah, I used it in front of you.
What did you... Oh,
The chalk.
he got this chalk that made a door. But
That's
not
so
through the
cool.
wall, but like a door to another place.
That's so cool. All I got was a book. I mean, you were there, but
Right, that book there. I got a cool violin.
yes. And it sounds beautiful.
Thank you.
I remember when you played that song.
It was pretty cool.
It was wonderful. If you'll excuse me, I did, like I said, just remember that Rutherford can read me my letter, so
Oh.
I will be right back, actually.
Okay, let me know if you need me.
I'm going to go use the little men's room.
You gonna do it in the bathroom?
I figure that's probably the most private space.
Oh, well,
I do have a room here. Where is it at this place?
So usually this is where we can stay.
I think that makes sense, yeah, because this is where you were, like, almost a month ago for about a month.
So do I have a room?
Not anymore, but we can just say, oh, yeah, you got a room.
Okay.
You've spoken with the barkeep.
I'm still going to go to the bathroom.
Okay, well, good luck.
If you wouldn't mind sitting here and keeping Sir Dyer company, he's very well read on the Ericssons.
Oh, that's good.
I should ask first, how's Neros doing?
Very drunk and belligerent.
I heard a noise. Is she all right?
She tripped on a nail. There was just a nail sticking out of the ground. I fixed it.
I definitely didn't have anything to do with that.
I hope not.
I will be back.
It'd be really weird if you did. Hopefully, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yep. Hi, Sir Dyer. Nice to meet you
We
again.
yes, we met earlier, like an hour
I haven't
ago.
really talked to you though.
That's true. That's true.
So,
What do you like to talk about?
how do you feel about Pharasma and Sheldon?
Val tries to convert Sear Tire.
Wow. Converting everyone we meet.
I like talking about them.
Well, let me get started. And as he dives in,
Oh,
we're going to go ahead
my.
and change angles. Abby, Neros is no longer in the miner's pick, correct?
You are correct.
wow. I guess I could have looked over at you.
So, how's Neros?
She's fine. She's gone.
What is Neros doing?
So Neros is stumbling down the street, and she comes up to the marketplace. She, in her drunkenness, she looks around. She reaches into her satchel. and pulls out the present that Uver gave her. The barrel of monkeys.
I forgot about that.
Hiding behind something as best as you can when you're drunk and apparently belligerent. She puts her thumb on one of the symbols, the symbol for riot, and essentially casts Mad Monkeys using the Raucous Den option.
Can you tell us
What?
what it does?
The barrel of monkeys?
No, the spell you just cast.
Oh, basically a bunch of rioting monkeys everywhere, wreaking mayhem and havoc all over the place. You know, like the Allstate commercial Mayhem?
It's just a bunch of that guy
Yep.
running around.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored by Allstate.
I'm your barrel of monkeys.
So they go everywhere and it's just causing all sorts of havoc. And then she also uses swarm. It's just a swarm of monkeys. A swarm of monkeys and a riotous monkey party all
So-
over the marketplace.
So as Neros places her thumb over that rune and just removes the top of the barrel, it's almost like she'd turned on a faucet of monkeys, and they just come spewing out of the barrel.
Faucet of monkeys. Oh, that's terrifying.
The market very quickly shifts from its bustling commercial attitude to mass mayhem and panic. People are throwing fruit, monkeys are throwing it right back. One person has his cloak pulled up over his head, like trying to ward off the monkeys, but he's holding it too close and he just runs into one of the poles supporting it and it just collapses. Mayhem and panic everywhere. Neros, you do notice, though, as you're enjoying this chaos that you've created, on some of the edges, you see one person who's just like kind of pointing in your direction as the epicenter of the monkeys. And they're gesturing to one of the enforcers in their smart uniforms and their rifles.
Oh, this is the town that has guns.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. I forgot about the pew-pews.
That woman on these monkeys. Shoot her.
Do I obviously see them?
Yes, you see
Okay.
them pointing in your direction. It doesn't look like they have figured out who it is yet, but they've definitely figured out where the monkeys are coming from.
Okay. Run away! If I tried to use stealth, how much of a minus would I have?
In this situation, the monkeys might actually give you a benefit to going unnoticed.
With how drunk she is?
That would be the caveat. They might cancel each other out.
Neros, seeing that, she... Oh, no. I think she's going to try and slip away.
All right, what is your stealth bonus?
+2.
Oh. So you duck behind some crates and you start making your way around the edges of the marketplace. And just when you're getting ready to congratulate yourself on a stealth well stealthed, you knock over a wicker cage with an exotic bird in it, and it just starts screeching and making a whole bunch of noise that even cuts through the din of the monkeys. And you see one of the enforcers looks in your direction, and he hasn't figured out who you are yet, but he sees someone who's obviously trying to sneak in a crowd of people who are usually trying to run.
And in her drunkenness with the bird, she's like, "Oh, shut up, shut up, shut up!" And she's trying to get out of the cage and stuff, and it's not going well.
Neros accidentally cages herself in a bird's cage.
So at this point, it looks like there are 3 enforcers that are making their way through the crowd towards you. What would you like to do?
Is one of them Bob? Was that the
Bob?
enforcer we named that helped us with the thing that Neros is charmed?
I don't remember his name, but he is not one of these.
Sad.
I am going to cast Figment and create an auditory illusion, I don't know, across the marketplace.
You can definitely do that. However, I will point out that the monkeys are still being very, very loud. So it may not serve as much of a distraction.
I'm just gonna get up and try to run away.
Gotcha. So you were at the opposite edge of the market square. So as you get up and you start running, it looks like you've got a pretty clean line of escape. You see an alleyway ahead of you.
Through the monkeys.
You are making your way there when suddenly you lose your balance and you fall. It feels like something tripped you. When you look back, there's an old woman with like a ratty fuchsia shawl draped around her shoulders.
Fuchsia.
And she is looking at you with an expression that's kind of hard to make sense of in your drunken state, but it almost looks like she feels satisfied with what she's done before she turns and walks off into the alley. Just as the enforcers catch up, one of them pulls you to your feet and is like, "Now what have you done? Wait a minute. I know you.
No, you don't.
There's a warrant for your arrest."
There's a what?
And we're going to go ahead and switch scenes again.
It was you from the future playing a prank on you.
You get a very nice shawl in the future if that's correct.
I don't like pink.
It's a pretty pink.
This was an old human woman.
Fuchsia.
Oh.
Fuchsia.
She turns human in the future.
What does an old lady have against Neros?
Youth. She's jealous.
She hates kids.
Why do I get arrested?
It was her market.
You have
And you have a warrant.
Why do I have a warrant?
Do you know how much crap you've done?
Yes, I do.
Public drunkenness. That's what.
Public intoxication.
Monkeys.
Monkeys.
Public monkeys.
Okay, that was a
Right.
quick
Public
warrant. if
Inciting
that's
a
not-
riot.
Who
I
are
mean,
we
if they got
switching
if
to?
they got a warrant that fast.
My brain, when you were like, "I'll use the riot option," the only thing my brain wanted to do was just one monkey jumps out of the barrel and goes, "Hey, riot!"
Let's start a riot.
That
Flipping tables.
yes.
We're going to riot.
We're going to change scenes now, and we are back in the Miner's Pick in the restroom with Zephyr.
Oh.
That's
an odd sentence.
a very
that.
odd sentence.
This is a Zephyr scene, so be ready for odd sentences.
And number one, I forgot how to spell monkeys, so I'm writing down monkeys. But
Monkey.
S.
Mouse.
Monkey mouse.
Everyone's favorite character.
So Zephyr, you are in the Miner's Pick restroom.
Is this like one of those public restrooms where it has just one toilet and it's just kind of open, or is it like one with like a swinging door and you have like 4 or 5 stalls?
So it's one stall with a actually very ingeniously engineered trough that just carries any waste from this into the cistern outside.
So there's a single stall in a restroom.
It's more like just one room that has just one place to sit.
Okay.
It's an
Okay, that
indoor
was what I
outhouse.
was thinking.
It's an in-house.
In-house. Okay, so is there a lock on this door?
Yes.
Okay, he turns around after walking in and he closes the door, locks it, and just... Man, I'm trying to figure out, because is there a mirror in this bathroom?
No, not in the Miner's Pick.
So we can't summon Bloody Mary.
No, there once was a mirror, but it broke within 5 hours, and the Tavern Keep was like, "Oh, that was a bad idea."
I will go up to where the mirror was and just look intently into the wall and pull out the letter and then open up my little cloak, I keep forgetting what it's called, and go, Rustaford, will you come out?
And Rustaford flutters out and then lands on the edge of the basin that's been placed in there for washing up.
We've been together for a while, right?
Yes, in fact, it's an unspecified amount of time.
Exactly, and I figure we're pretty close, right?
Yes, very.
Always. You're like less than a few inches from me.
Usually I am always in your shadow.
I am a shadow, don't forget that. So I have this letter, and I hold out the letter to him. And I don't want you to tell anyone this, Rastaford.
Mm-hmm.
I can't read it.
He looks around, like, to make sure no one's listening and goes, "You can't read? I am shocked."
I
love Rustaford.
I know. It's there are lots of things I can do. This is just one of those things that I never had the chance.
Of course. We all have our own strengths.
You know my backstory. I never got the chance. So just bear with me here. I need you to read it, if you will. At least the outside first, so I can know who he's from. There's no pictures.
There's also no writing on the outside. It's a blank envelope.
Then how on earth did they mail it? Well, through a person, I guess that makes sense. All right. And I open up the letter. And I hold it in front of him.
And with Rustaford assisting you, I'm going to go ahead and just send you, Petite, the text of that letter. For the sake of drama, we're going to go ahead and leave the contents of that secret for now. Audience, if you want to stick around at the end of the episode, you'll find out what that says. But for the moment, that will just be known to Rustaford and to Zephyr.
So after Rustaford finishes reading this letter, I just look at him and say, so it didn't have any names or anything specific in them?
No, it seems that whoever wrote this letter had assumed you would know who had sent it.
Do you have any ideas? Because I'll be honest, I know a lot of people who would use this wording.
Well, forgive my presumptuousness, but there is one associate of yours that does reference rabbits.
Well, yes, but I didn't think he could write.
Zephyr, any places a wing on your shoulder? Many people can write. It's not as hard as it seems.
You can hop back in my shadow now.
I figured as much.
Hey, if you want to get out, that's fine. Just let me know, please.
No, I wouldn't want to put you out. And he hops into your shadow.
Holding the letter, I fold it into like 3 or 4 folds. No more than 7, because that's humanly impossible. And then I use, is it called Produce Flame now? Or Ignite?
Ignite.
I've not used my spells in so long. I ignite and I just burn the letter. And then I throw it into the basin that the waste goes out of, and I try to make sure it flows away, the ashes. And then I will unlock the door and come out of the bathroom, and I'll shake my hands and like rub it up against my shirt to emulate like I just washed my hands. Because, if you walk out of the bathroom and not have wet hands, that is a red flag.
As you're walking out, there's just some guy like leaning against a post, and he like sniffs a bit and goes, "Oh, was a doozy, eh?"
Pause for Abby and Sven to die.
You have no idea how much it burned. So as he finishes this wonderful interaction with this random bar patron or tavern patron, he actually walks up to the bar and hails over the bartender.
And he walks up with like a hammer in one hand and sets it down. And is like, yes.
Oh, sorry about that. Do you make stews at all?
Yes.
Do you have any rabbit stew?
Not. No. We do rabbit stew occasionally, but it's not something I usually have on the menu.
So you don't have any?
No, not today.
Where do you think I could get some?
Well, you'd probably have to hunt your own rabbits.
All right, well, that's all I need. Thank you.
Of course. You didn't want anything to drink? You seem a little pale.
I'm always pale.
I meant no offense.
Um,
You know, he picks up the hammer. I'm just gonna go fix the floor again.
You're not the first tavern owner that's on my list. The other one's a fairy. And then he's going to go sit down with Val and Seardire.
Ah, welcome back. You're just in time for our deep philosophical conversation.
Oh, what are you talking about?
The disjunction of the various organized religions in our society and how there are different overlaps of different methods of worship, but all of them can be confined to a singular idea. It's a lot to get into. Let me start at the beginning.
There is a wonderful question I've actually liked to ask about that.
Of course.
What would happen if you killed all of the deities?
That's technically that will happen. It happened before, technically.
Exactly right.
Well, it's the whole thing with Pharasma and Grotus. Grotus is the god of the end times, apocalypse. He's the moon, and his whole thing is the end of the world. And Pharasma is all about preserving that. But it's said, now I can't confirm it, of course, but it's often talked about being that Pharasma's potentially the last survivor from the last cycle, and that Grotus's will eventually be accomplished, and all life will end, and they'll start anew in a beautiful new flourish.
Are you interested in the worship of Grotus, Sophia?
Oh, please don't. No Grotus worshippers around, please.
I went through a Grotus phase, but I've grown out.
It's not a phase, Mom.
I'm very confused. What happens if Grotus dies?
I don't think he can.
Well, you said that the rest of them, I mean, if you can kill all of them except for him.
So another part of the idea is that he kind of cleans everything up after everyone's dead, and then sort of just ceases to exist. But then there's actually one survivor who then is around for when the universe recycles itself.
You know, I've had a few friends like that who cleaned up after everyone died, but there's usually no survivors.
I clean up after a lot of parties, and occasionally there's a person or two hanging around.
So
it's usually why I'm at the party.
Can a mortal kill these gods?
Ooh, I mean, to be fair, we're in a time when we can't say stuff as certain anymore. After Aradin died not too long ago, our prophecy's been broken, so anything could really happen. Though I wouldn't imagine someone like us could have the ability to do something like that. It'd take something probably closer like the Whispering Tyrant or something like that. And even he's tried and failed some, and
Val, I don't mean to cut you off, even though I started the conversation. Is Alward and his family still at your father's house?
Yeah, why?
Could you get them out as soon as possible?
Why is that?
I mean, as soon as a few hours from now.
Why? What happened?
There may be something coming, and I'm very concerned for them.
What are you talking about, Zephyr? Could you be clear, please?
I'm not necessarily at liberty to say, considering they could hear.
So, is this the letter?
Possibly. I mean, what letter? There is no letter.
Oh. She mimes like, do I need to read this letter?
There is no letter.
Okay. We can get them out, sure. You want to come with me?
No, I cannot come anywhere near there.
Oh,
And,
okay. I'll get Neros and Val looks at us like, Nero, did anyone see my friend Neros go anywhere?
The one guy who is leaning against the wall by the bathroom is like, "Oh, that pale girl? She left right after she came in."
What is with all of you calling us pale? You're so rude in here.
It's kind of rude.
The bartender just like stands up from behind the bar with like a couple nails in his mouth and a hammer, and he's like, "That was a misunderstanding."
Just kind of waves him off.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we can get going, sure.
I'm going to disappear for a little bit.
Zephyr, we're all still here. You don't have to do anything rash on your own.
Trust me, I'm not doing anything rash. I'm trying to help in the best way possible, because where I am is where the most problem is, and I don't want to bring that on Alwood's family, you, Neros, or you, Seerdire, I'm sorry. Oh, as well as Einar. I haven't seen him in a while.
What? He's not here either? Val starts furiously writing something down. And she's like, "Hold on a second, Zephyr.
All right.
Here, step outside with me."
Okay. We'll be back, Seerdire. Well, maybe. I don't know. Don't plan on it.
All right.
Have a nice night, friend.
You as well, with whatever terrifyingly horrible thing you're all getting wrapped up in.
That's okay. I'm going to do something interesting. As she steps outside, she calls Sigurd. And when staring her down, she hands her the letter that I just wrote.
Oh.
The letter that I just wrote. I hand it to her. And I tell her, go find Alward. And then I turn to Zephyr. And I'm going to try and get very close to you. Look, she's not thinking very much about anything. So she's very taller than you. And she's like, she kneels down right in front of you, very close to you.
Like a father consoling their son.
That's how you talk to short people. You kneel on their level.
And she takes your hand. And then you hear the clicking sound of her putting a handcuff on your wrist and a handcuff on her wrist.
Where did you get handcuffs?
I've had
He's
handcuffs.
had handcuffs.
He's had handcuffs.
I brought it up before.
I'm pretty sure in the
Yep.
Troll Forge.
Oh.
Val, what are you doing?
I promised I'd help you, and it seems like you're about to do something very potentially dangerous to yourself by yourself, and
Val,
I'm here to help you.
I'm going rabbit hunting.
That doesn't seem like you. You don't go hunting creatures. Is this a code?
No, this is not a code. I need some rabbit stew. And I am very concerned because I think something is going to happen regardless of if I'm there or not. And I just need to be out of the way.
I feel like Zephyr misunderstood the letter. And I love that for him.
Zephyr, I'm very confused.
I know you're confused.
But I'm very worried about you.
Likewise. Let's, I guess if we're in this together, tally ho.
All right, sure. I stand up.
And, I guess, is my arm just being, like, yanked up like a foot above my head?
Probably more or less. Do you want, like...
Do you want some stilts?
No, that would impede my movement so much.
Here, she just kind of leans like she's crouched a little bit.
Okay. I saw some nice hunting grounds out further than the thing outside of the town, whatever that's called.
The forest?
More or less. That works
The
for it.
outlands.
Let's go that way.
Okay, sure.
The outskirts, that's the word I was looking for.
The outlines.
The outlines is close enough.
And that's where we're going to end this episode.
Oh.
Oh,
Does anybody have room for a hero point?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Because I think everybody's full.
Yeah, I think we just, skip out on
Because
it.
that's
skip it.
what heroes do.
I mean, you could
We
just
haven't
say
had any combat or
combat
anything to use
recently.
So the
it.
hero point for this episode goes to the barkeep for making sure that the floors are safe.
No, he
and that
didn't.
there are no nails.
He was
failed at
working
that.
on it.
Remember, he popped up from
He's
behind the counter.
improving.
Yeah.
When it was pointed out to him, he immediately started repairing the floors.
well, he
I
needs to
wasn't
put a
listening.
mirror in the bathroom.
It is a reminder that not all heroes wear capes.
But they do wear aprons.
He was threatened by OSHA.
That's true. Val actually has a certificate with OSHA, so it helps out.
Well, I'd like to thank all of you, especially Val, for bringing this to my attention. I'm going to make sure that this tavern is well safe and there's nothing to trip on. And yeah, I guess I'm going to go do some house repairs.
Not on my watch.
And we'll see you all in the next episode. Listeners, now that the rest of the team is gone from the table, and it's just you and me here, I can let you in on what the details of Zephyr's letter were. If you like secrets, if you like the mystery and the intrigue, this is your warning to tune out now. My fellow hunter, I hope this letter finds you well. While it hasn't been very long since our last meeting, I do look forward to seeing you again. The promise of the conclusion of our deal, which has been many years in the making, let's just say I find myself challenged to continue waiting. Which reminds me, as I passed through this lovely town of Tomgrove, I happened across a lovely brace of rabbits. Excellent hunting, if you ask me. Unfortunately, I have some business to attend to today, so I beg your forbearance, as I must delay our meeting. However, should you still be in town tomorrow evening, I plan to attend a dinner at the home of a mutual acquaintance. Should you attend, I'm sure you will make the most delicious rabbit stew. If not, I suppose I can cook for myself. As always, I am your end, and you are my beginning. And we'll see you all in the next episode. This has been an Atomic Broadcasting production. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to give us some support by liking, commenting, and following. These things really do make a difference in getting the word out and helping our community grow. Also, make sure to check us out on Threads and check out the Discord server, where you can chat with other fans and discuss all the recent developments and happenings. Links to all these good things in the description below. The Written in the Lost is an original story that uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's fan content policy. Atomic Broadcasting and The Written in the Lost are not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Hope to see you all in the next episode. Until then, have an atomic time. We're going to go ahead and change angles.
So now from Seardyer's looking at Val.
To a man in the corner in a dark cloak.
Smoking a pipe.
A wizard is neither late nor early. He arrives precisely when he needs to.
Your shift started 30 minutes ago.
I wanted less pay today.